Ace of Cups. I kind of like that this is centered here because all these emotions and opportunities are coming from here, from ourselves, because it's not just about love, it's about self-love. And also, if we're talking about a new relationship coming in, you have to love yourself first in order to, not just see the opportunity, but to be able to accept it. So I like that one. And I have 3 cards, and I think it's just really acute, and it's more about noticing the opportunity, like, hey, there's something coming out of the water, what is that? Being curious about it. And I love this one with all the emotions coming out of you, because like I said, and it doesn't perfectly goes back the angle, but it could have been nice if the cup was somewhere here, maybe, because then you can fill up your own cup. You're the only one who can fill up that Ace of Cups. And again, I just kind of liked how it looks. Okay, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups. Again, I kind of like it because it's all about it's not just about emotions, but I kind of like the fact that their cups are their heads, so it speaks about not just emotional connection, but not logical, what's the other one, mental connection as well, because that's how you can be equal, if you're connected in every level. And I think that's just, you can share your thoughts, you can share what you think and how you see the world freely. And I think it's weird, but I like it. And another one it wouldn't mean my first choice, but I think I'm getting the more equal part from this, and this was the card that why I wanted this deck, and I'm not keeping this deck, so it's kind of sad. I think I'm gonna scan it, so at least I have the image. And I like this one, the being equal and all that. It's just the rainbows. Who doesn't love a rainbow? But this one is also a good one because it talks about how even if you're different, you can be still equal, and you can share your cups with someone else. So I kind of like that one. Next one is the 3 of Cups, and I just love how they are so different and not they're not friends or whatever because they are the richest or the beautiful or whatever. They are monsters, but they are together they are supposed to support each other, and I kind of like that. They just give off that really nice vibe. And I have 3 others because this card gives off such happiness and playfulness. But again, it's raining, so it kind of ties into the next one, this one, because these 2 cards, I think it's a reminder that even if life sucks, if you have support and if you have your friends, you can enjoy those, and I'm not saying last minutes because let's hope they're not gonna die, but if your friends are truly your friends, they're gonna be there for you even when life is not easy. And I kind of like the wishful, wishing for the same thing, finding hope and support in one another aspect of this one, and not the lilac, color scheme. Please don't go away. Okay. I don't have space. 4 of Cups was an interesting one because I went through an evolution with reading. Went from being the card where you feel like meh, but not really understanding what I mean about it, and then trying to read it in some other ways, how other readers that I know and respect read it, but that wasn't clicking for me. And then I went back to Right now this is how I read the card, and that what makes rings true to me is when you're being bored but not bored, feeling meh, but not because you're like I don't care and I'm just like over it, but when you went through so much shit you kind of lost hope. You feel alone, and maybe you lost your friends and you're like, I did try, I tried my best, but nothing is working out. I don't have anyone anymore. Why should I even try? That's the sort of feeling that I get from this card. And there's a beautiful, sky in the background. There are two cups still standing there, but this person is just like, why should I even bother? Nothing's gonna work out. Feeling a bit hopeless and lost. That's how I read this card now. And that was the perfect representation for that, even though I like this one as well. Because she's like, why should I even try? It's never gonna, work. And all the colors. But I kind of like this one as well, because this is a reminder that when you let yourself being, I'm not saying depressed because it's not as serious, but apathetic, that's the word. No, it's probably not. When you're feeling so, I don't care about things, you're affecting other people as well, and sometimes you have to get your shit together in a way, like, and what I mean is with peace and love, because you're the only one who can get yourself out of this. You can get help from other people, or doing things that will help you feel better, but you need to make an effort. And this can be a reminder that there are other people that if you're constantly in this mood, you're fucking up their life as well. So maybe look around and see if you're doing that. And this one is an interesting one, because he's like, you know what, I'm stubborn. This gives off a stubborn feeling, like, yes, there's still one that's field, and there's so much nicer back here, but you know what, I don't care anymore. Either I'm gonna still drink that even though I drank too much, but I'm just not gonna move from here. I don't even care. As a make me, it's more about the make me attitude, which I find very interesting. Oh god, we're getting long, I know, and my neck knows it too. And we're just only in the cups. Oh god, what did I do to myself? Five of Cups. I like that. Because how I read the Five of Cups is being immersed in loss and grief as well. And that's the fact that you're in this state is the most obvious when happy things are happening around you. Because when you're in a party and all you can do is just stand in a corner and just not be part of other people's experiences or celebrations, because all you can think about is what you've lost, then this is a reminder that something needs to change. And there's no point putting this back on, because or is there? Yeah, whatever. But I have this one because I think this is a very good way of representing how loss and grief can suck you in if you let it. And also, I don't know, she just looks like someone who's grieving. Especially with the flowers and the color scheme. I think it's just a good card for this one. Six of Cups. I kind of like that idea that, it's about memories and nostalgia and connecting to your childhood and all that. And I have quite a few ones, because I like the idea of sharing what you have with others, especially younger generation, connecting to grandparents and whatnot. But also, being the child that you once were and playing invisible tea parties, planning invisible tea parties with your imaginary friends, thinking about how you felt when you felt that. And it's the same, just with tiny monsters. And I kind of like how they just play with each other when they, because children can be so wonderful until they start getting fucked up by their parents, and that's just my opinion. Because they are curious and they are accepting and they just wants to share. And I think, I don't know, for me this was a good reminder of that feeling. But I really like how this is a grown up thinking back of, old times and childhood memories. Okay, Seven of Cups. Not surprising, even though it should be. No, it's not. But why I chose this one is because of the river and how the cups are on the river. Because this card is all about procrastinating and thinking that you have time to choose between all these options and you don't need to make a decision because all the options are gonna stay there. But I like the fact that it's on this river because it's a reminder that if you don't make a choice, some of the options are just going to get away from you. So it's important to actually make a decision. And I think I have the same. Wait, okay. With this one as well with the zombies, because the zombies like which one I should choose, but we're talking about humans, so they're gonna run away and run off if you don't choose your target. So do it. And I kinda have the same idea of just standing in front of the glass thinking that, oh, I can pick this one, but what if other people are gonna get into the shop and buy that cup, and then you realize that, oh, that was the one that I really wanted. And I love this ghost. I think that's the cutest thing. And then with this one, it's more about it's more direct or obvious about you need to put your attention into one of these cups because of this, there is one pearl. There's no seven pearls, there's not more than one. You need to choose one, and this is where you are supposed to put your energy and intention in, which I think is a great one. And also about the confusing feeling when there's a lot of options or perceived options and you just don't know which one you should choose. Sometimes you feel like this. And you need to take a deep breath and just think things through. Eight of Cups, another one, which I really like because this represents how what you're leaving behind is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that you invested emotions and time and energy in, because this mermaid loved this man. But I mean, that's how you interpret it. It's not a one night stand, but she cannot pretend to be a human and live on the land because she belongs to the sea, and for her to be truly happy she needs to leave this behind, even though she loves this person. And that's the one that's the same with this mummy who leaves behind being a mummy and becomes a skeleton, because even though this was something that the skeleton knew how to be a mummy, they realize that no, they are actually a skeleton and they don't need those layers of gauze, or how do you say that keeps them together, because they are more restricting than supporting. And it's true for a home. It's very, very it can be a very direct thing for people to leaving behind your childhood home or the place you grew up in, because of all the emotion and everything. And even if you love everyone who's in that house and you loved your time being there, for you to become your own true person, sometimes you just need to leave behind that place, because it's no longer serving you to stay in the same place. You need change. And it's freaking scary. I'm not saying it's not. And I chose this one as well, not because, I mean, at first glance, it's just like the original one. But if you think about it, when this deck is set in the Victorian era, for a girl to leave behind the home and, to get on a ship, like I said, alone, was a dangerous thing. So you need courage and strength to be able to do that. And I like that. I hate the fact that it's true, but I like that. Okay, next one is from the Llewellyn Tarot, because I just love the fact that she has all her cups and she's kind of sitting in a protected alcove or, under a tree. And she doesn't need anybody, but she has a bee. I think that rhymes. Haha, I think that rhymed. And I just love that. And the other ones that I chose is this one, because this tiny dragon is happy and fulfilled and contained, but that doesn't mean that life suddenly just became easy, because there's a waterfall. But finding that peace, that contentness, that gratefulness when things are not easy is true happiness, I think. And I don't think okay, I'm not gonna start thinking about it, but it's not something that I regularly experience for sure. But with this one, I just kind of love the fact that she kicks ass. She knows where her place is. She doesn't need anybody else because she's in her element and she kicks ass, and I just love that. Confidence. And another reminder that, your own happiness can still get built upon, problems and all the shit you went through, because your cup that needs to be filled doesn't have to be perfect to feel really happy, because you can, just fix the hole with other flowers and stuff like that. I don't know, I kind of like that. Okay. We're never gonna be over this. Are you? Please do tell me it's not boring, because that would be so sad. 10 of Cups, even though it was very, very useful for me, and obviously I'm a selfish person, I made it for myself. I love that also, just like with the 9 of Cups, your 10 of Cups, it not necessarily, a perfect word in a way that everything is fine, because there's clearly zombies coming, the cities are burning, but you manage to carve out that little island where you feel happy and content, and you're with loved ones, and you have your life how you wanted, despite all of those things. And I have a few. I liked this one because, it's a reminder that your 10 of Cups doesn't have to look like how everybody else's cups it looks like. This could be a relationship, romantic, it can be a friendship, it can be just, anybody, anything, and it doesn't have to be the, typical one that we associate or see on these cards. And I also like that, you're not, for you to find your 10 cups feeling, you don't have to be perfect and without a fault as well. And the rainbows, la la la, I just love that. And also finding, friends, and not even friends, because the fox wasn't even that friend, but, just people in your life that you can feel happy and appreciative of, and you can put together your differences, because the sheeps are there to eat the rose. The little prince had to protect the rose from the sheep so they don't eat the rose. So, but they can still live happily, and I just love that. Okay, 10 of Cups. Ooh, finally almost done with the cups. Look at that, making progress. This is the first one, the zombie. Huh. Would have been so much easier just to do this deck, but hey. The pages are somewhat problematic. How did I say that? Problematic for me, because I kind of didn't really feel connected to most of them. But I like the safety, whatever it's called, because it's a reminder that, this page is still at the beginning, and, they're not going to be able to just jump into the water and swim, even though it's their element. They are a fish creature, so they should be, but they just start to learn how to swim in the emotional realm, and I like that one. And also this page, because this page is able to be hopeful and believe in anything that other people would say that it only happens when pigs fly, because hey, look at that, a pig is flying. So their head is above the clouds and whatnot, and I kind of like that. Oh, okay. Next one is the Knight of Cups. I think he's the perfect one. The offer, and even though the horse is ready to just bolt, but you can enjoy this period of time that you spend with the Knight of Cups. It doesn't have to be something that you experience as a negative thing. But also, even though I'm not entirely sure that I would pick him as the Knight of Cups, maybe more of a king sometimes, but he did everything what he did because of his heart. All his motivation came from love, and when it started to turn, after what happened to him, he turned a horrible situation. He became a werewolf, right? It wasn't a vampire. Oh God, I can't remember. Jesus. But he turned that situation into something better. He created his own family despite what happened to him. His intentions were pure in such a way that I just associate with the Knight of Cups, when it doesn't come to the more traditional meaning of it. And I just think it's fun, and it's a perfect, because he's gonna come in hot with the right offer, but he's gonna come out as well quickly. Also, very, very attractive Knight of Cups. And I love the dress. I love everything, how she looks, and just like he's like, wanna drink from my cup? And yeah, this one looks like this. It's hard to not say angel because this kind of looks like a wing, but this one is definitely from Game of Thrones. So, and also, it's a representative of a faulty place of the Knight of Cups, when they are too immersed in their own reflection, in their own journey, that they don't really care about others. But they're still learning. Okay. Knight. Okay, so far, light seers for sure. Even though the Mermaid Tarot is kind of catching up. It's a race. I love this queen. I think she's just, she's badass. She's someone, I mean, her eyes, look at her eyes. You could just be sure that she would protect you, and she would, take good care of you, and you could be vulnerable around her. And, it's one of the things how I look at the Queen of Cups. And I have quite a few. Yeah, I have quite a few, interestingly. One of them is the pregnant one, because I like the Queen of Cups being pregnant. Because it's one of them that I like reading about, because that indicates pregnancy for me. She looks badass. She's beautiful, and her third eye is open. She knows how to handle things. And I like the age in her. She definitely has that motherly figure and feeling. And elves, even though it's Fae, it's kind of the same. And I kind of like, I like the green hair. I like that, she, even though, what I like about this card is that she's sharing the cup with you, but she has enough here for her to replenish. She's not giving away her emotions, because she knows how to handle her emotions. She's more on the funnier side. And this is also the same. It could be pregnant, could be not. but you know, water is flowing out of her because she's giving back. She's sharing what she has with the rest, which I find very beautiful. Okay, another one, the King of Cups, one of my favorite ones. And I just love the position, being immersed in your emotions and, you know, listening to your heart more than your brain. And I have two, because I think this is wonderful, that even though he's immersed in water, he's, you know, very stable. He just doesn't need to just run away. He knows exactly what he wants. He's still calm and collected, even though, you know, he's immersed in water. And just look at that power and all the water. I think it's just beautiful. I kind of picked it up just because it's beautiful.